Hi, it's Radim from Rocadog and welcome to the 7th Rocadog Q&A where I'm answering your questions. For example, are mutts smarter than purebred dogs? What does a dewclaw look like? Or would you rather be a wolf in the wild or a dog in a house? As always, there are video timestamps for each question in the video description so you can find the answer you are looking for quicker. Before I will start with the first question, I would love to give a shout out to rabbitgoo.com who sponsored this video. They sent us some products which I would love to show you, and you can find some other very interesting products on their website as well. I will be definitely using this paw cleaner with my dogs. They have free shipping. Mine package arrived after approximately 3 days, and you get 10% discount with the code PETLOVERS. Question number 1. Why are the labradoodles so prone to sickness? Not so long ago I read an interview with the man who invented the labradoodles, and he said that it is his life's regret. And the reason behind this was that the unethical breeders are now creating hybrid dogs with very serious health problems. So the problem is not in the dogs but in the breeders, and this can happen to every other crossbreed, not only to labradoodles. This can even happen to every pure breed that is bred by backyard breeders or in puppy mills. Because these breeders do not care about the health but only about the profit, and that is the reason why these dogs suffer so much from hereditary health problems and temperamental problems. And why this issue is bigger with labradoodles than with other dogs? Well, labradoodles are victims of its own popularity. There is massive demand for labradoodle puppies, which means there is bigger potential profit, which means there are more unethical breeders than with other dogs. Second question. Which dog breed most resembles an Ewok? And if you don't know what Ewok is, it's a fictional species from the Star Wars movies. And yes, there are 2 dog breeds which resembles them a lot. The first one would be an FM pincher, which looks like this. But I think there is one more dog that looks even more like Ewoks, and that is the Brussels Griffon. You can find a lot of funny photos over the internet of griffons. Third question. Are mutts smarter than purebred dogs? This is a very broad question. It depends on what mutt with what purebred dog we would compare. Most scientists and dog trainers claim that the border collie is the smartest dog in the world. If we would accept this claim, then the average mutt just cannot be smarter than the border collie. It's because the mutt is a dog with uncertain ancestry, and they have 2 different parents. If one would happen to be a border collie, then they can inherit their intelligence, but they can also inherit the intelligence from their second parent. With mutts, it's always a gamble, not only in intelligence, but also in personality, appearance, shedding, and basically everything. Of course, it can happen that mutt will be smarter than border collie. Just look at humans. Sometimes the smartest kid does not have the smartest parents, but most of the time they are the combination of their parents. And the same goes with the dogs. The mutt will have intelligence inherited from their parents, and it will be similar to it. So no, in my opinion, the mutts are not smarter than purebred dogs, because the intelligence of mutts and purebred dogs, in my opinion, is pretty similar. Question number 4. Which dog breed is bigger, Saint Bernard or Great Dane? And it really depends on individuals. Some Great Danes will be bigger than Saint Bernards, and some Saint Bernards will be bigger than Great Danes. But on average, the Great Danes are bigger in terms of height, while the Saint Bernards are bigger in terms of weight. Especially the European Great Danes are much taller. The Great Danes bred in the USA tend to be a little bit smaller. Adult Great Dane can be up to 110 centimeters tall. World record for the tallest dog is held by Zeus the Great Dane, who was 111 centimeters tall. By the way, 110 centimeters equals to 43 inches, which is really large dog. The Saint Bernard can be they can be up to 95 centimeters tall, which is 37 inches, and still very large dog. But even though they are not that tall, they are heavier. The biggest Saint Bernards can have up to 115 kilograms, which is 253 pounds, while the Great Danes are up to 100 kilograms, which is a little bit less. So it really depends on what do you consider bigger. If it's height, then it's Great Dane. If it's weight, then it's the Saint Bernard. Question number 5. How influential has a pet dog been in your life? And all the dogs I have ever had or owned or lived with were very influential on me. I was growing up around dogs since I was like 4 or 5 years old. This was our first family dog. But the most influential dog was definitely my second dog. I had him since I was 10 years old until I was probably 24. It was a black Labrador named Ronnie. He definitely influenced me in both my physical and mental life. I think it's great if someone can grow up with dogs. It teaches you how to be responsible. Thanks to the dog, I also spent more time outdoors, and he definitely released the stress and made me happier overall. I truly believe that he was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Sixth question. Would you rather be a wolf in the wild or a dog in a house? And definitely a dog in a house, or at least a dog in my house. Being a wolf in the wild have only one advantage, and that is the independence and freedom. On the other hand, being a house family dog is like having all-inclusive vacation for your whole life. Well, at least if you have a good owners. You will get food every day, but the wolves must fight for it. When you get seriously sick, your owners will take care of you. If the wolf gets seriously sick, well, he will probably just die. As a dog, you have a comfortable place to rest and sleep. You don't need to be worried that someone younger, healthier and stronger will take your place in the group. When you have worms or fleas, you don't need to worry about it either. Your owners will take care of it. So yes, I would much rather be a house dog than a wild wolf. And the next question is, what exactly is the blue merle color? Well, you will often hear or read that some breeds are in blue merle color, but it's actually not a color, rather a pattern of dappled and spotted black and grey color. When the dogs are in motion or from some angles, it appears like a blue color. The breeds that are common in blue merle color are Australian Shepherds, Shetland Sheepdogs, Catahoula Leopard Dogs, Corgis or Dachshunds. Question number 8. What does the dewclaw look like? The dewclaw is essentially the thumb and big toe of the dog world. Today they only have limited practical use in daily dog life. It helps them to hold onto bones when they eat it or toy when they play. When dog is walking, dewclaw is not touching the ground, but when they are at high speed and especially when they are turning, dewclaws are providing extra traction and stabilization. And those are the front dewclaws, but some dogs even have the hind dewclaws, and honestly, those are completely useless for today's dogs. And the last question, will a Malamute get on with a Yorkie? If the dogs are very socialized, that should not be a problem, since both breeds are capable of living in a pack of dogs. I would be a little bit worried if you have adult Yorkie and you would buy a young, hyperactive Malamute puppy, since he will outgrow the Yorkie very quickly and he could accidentally hurt the Yorkie. That is why supervision is needed. You should monitor the body language. The good sign would be loose body movements, relaxed open mouths and playfulness. On the other hand, you should be aware if the dogs are stiff or slow, if the hair is standing on their back, if they growl, baring their teeth, or if they stare at each other for a long time. Sometimes the dogs will become friends immediately, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Recently I made a video about how to add a dog to the pack, and I am giving you a link to the video in description. If you have any other question on me, you can ask me on Quora or here in the comments. I read all the comments, or on Instagram, Facebook. Links to everything are in description. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.